Ugh. Ah, shit. Hello. It's been a while. And speak in a while. I don't know. I had some. I've been busy working, working my ass. It's like I had to gather my thoughts. Alicia. Yeah, we met for a little bit. I tried to shut my live chat screen off, but I didn't do it. Well, if you're gonna troll me. Do best. You know. Hello. Hello. I had a call from a woman in New York City. Some woman in New York City been leaving me messages. She has like a China. I think she's Asian. She's been leaving me repeated messages. You know, and one thing that's so weird about it is like I've been seeing a lot of things. I've been analyzing the chemtrails. I've been analyzing the chemtrails and all that shit, and I found out there's like two types of chemtrails I've seen. There's the UFOs, the ones I've been seeing. They have a single chemtrail, and I was observing the airplane chemtrails, and they were usually double. You could tell as an engine they always use double, you know. And one thing is funny about this world is like we live in a world of ignorance. You know, we have the most ignorant people, especially here in America. You know, people come into my room are pretty much majority of you are pretty much ignorant. You know, whether you look at me like I'm pretty stupid, but in my perspective, looking at you is like you guys. It's funny how people are willing to play along with the ones who control this world, you know, ones who are defending the ones who control this world, which is really shows you how ignorant you really are for letting it happen. You know, it's funny. Yeah, we make our choices. We make our choices. It's funny. It's funny. Everybody makes their own choices in this world. That's why it's funny about me is like you guys are all grown up. You're all adults and I don't make your choices for you. That's the way I work. It's funny, I'm making my own choice, you know? I make my own choice. Whether you don't like it, whether you agree or disagree with me. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck whether you guys agree or disagree. That's what I'm telling you bluntly, straight out to your face. You know, you make your own choice. You're a grown up, you know, but you don't act like you're grown up in this world. You guys act like child. You know, you guys act like children. You can't even take care of your own fucking planet, you know? You play little children's games on this world. That's what you are. You're just like little children that never grown up yet. You'll never grow up because you hadn't figured out this world. You hadn't figured this world out, and here you are still playing your fucking games. You know, sooner or later, I look at it this way, you children. You know, you haven't grown up. You know, playing these fucking games. Yeah, sooner or later, it's gonna slap you in the face. No, it's gonna punch you in the fucking face. You know, especially you young generations out there. I'm more focused on the young generations. I'm not focusing on my generation. I ain't focusing on my generation. I'm focusing on the ones who 2 generations from now. I'm hoping they wake up. I don't give a fuck about the generation we have right now that believes in this politic bullshit, the money bullshit. Everything about this world is nothing but a fucking lie. And it's funny about you fuckers. You're the generation in front of before me right now. You guys have to wake up. You have to make the change. You have to start somewhere to change. I'm not going to read anybody. I'm not going to read your chats. I'm going to tell you straight up, bluntly, the honest truth about this world. I'm going to be so honest with you fuckers, and it hurts you fuckers to believe you're not seeing the truth for what it is. You guys like to live in your fucking lies. That's what you do. You guys live in your lies. You guys don't realize what's going on in front of you. So yeah, that's what they taught you in fucking school. They taught you all that fucking shit in school. You're taught. You're trained to be taught that way. It's funny how you fuckers are. How you're trained like little dogs. See, only a good little doggy will obey its master. It's funny about people who fight me. It's like I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if they make videos about me. I really don't give a fuck if they make videos about me. I don't give a fuck if I'm right or wrong. I'm not going to play this game of duality. That's what we live in. We live in a duality, good and evil. Good versus bad. The stupid fucks that you are that believe in this duality bullshit. Because duality is what is humanity's problem. Because they're all enemies against themselves. They're all You're all enemies against your own self on one planet, and you guys don't realize that you live on one planet. Here I am. I'm telling you that you live on one fucking planet, and you guys like to play this denial game. Say, no, we don't. We live on one state. We live in one country. I stand for one country. It's funny. I stand for this fucking planet. That's the way I work. I stand for the planet. I don't give a fuck about humanity. To be honest, I really don't give a fuck about humanity. Because humanity is nothing but a dumb fuck. They can't even take care of their own fucking planet. That doesn't want to know the fucking truth, so they live in their denial. Because they were trained like good little doggies. You're human. It's like I always compare a human being to a dog, and it's pretty obvious, because we're just being treated just like a dog in this fucking world, especially when it comes to the corporations and government, how they really treat us. That's why it's funny about the word free. It's funny about the fucking word free. You guys are so offended about. Free is to free yourself from this reality. To expand yourself in this reality, to evolve yourself in this reality. But you guys like to be restricted. You like to have a chain around you. That's why they invented money, because you are chained up. You don't realize that you are chained up. You always will be chained up. Even though the Bitcoin's coming, I'm going to tell you, Bitcoin is coming. Bitcoin is going to take over the dollar bill. That's the new currency is going to be for the next generation, Bitcoin. But you guys will still never learn. You'll still never learn because you still believe in the almighty currency. The almighty dollar that holds you in a chain, holds you in a bind. You will never evolve because you're still under a chain. You still have a ball. You still drag a ball everywhere you go. And what's funny about me is like, yeah, I'm aware this world is not real. I'm aware that this world is a lie. You know, it's funny. I have beings from other planets following me. Whether you don't, I don't give a fuck if you don't believe me. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. I don't need to show you proof. I don't need to show you shit because you're the only extraterrestrial being on one planet that you don't even realize that you are an extraterrestrial being on one planet. That's how stupid you really are in this world. It shows you how ignorant you really are as human beings. But I don't think you guys are human beings, to be honest, because what kind of human being would make another human being starve? What kind of human being would make another human being suffer? You know? And I'm the freak. Remember, I'm the freak. I'm the one. I'm the one who's really, I'm the one who's wrong. You know, you guys don't realize that you're fighting amongst each other, against each other because of your stupid beliefs, your religion, your politics. Your politics is what's gonna fuck you up in this world. Your religion is what's gonna fuck you up in this fucking world because you believe in these fucking whitewashed motherfuckers who think they think they know everything in this world according to their greed. It's funny, greed creates the most negative world. Don't you realize that greed creates the most negative world in this world? I mean, can't you even see that? Can't you see your animals are dying? It's funny when I was driving. It's funny when I drive my truck. I was coming back down from. I went from Philadelphia all the way down to fucking down here in Charleston, South Carolina, and all I saw was dead deers, raccoons, and dogs. Going up to Colfax, I saw dead deers, dogs. Going to fucking Colfax to Allentown, Pennsylvania, I saw dead deers and dogs. And you guys act like you guys are a positive world. It's funny. It's funny. I realize that animals are us too. It's funny. I admit it. I am a meat eater. But I apologize for eating that meat. At least I apologize and say and admit it that I am eating the meat because I know the meat that being that I ate, is no different from me. I realize that everything around me is consciousness. I realize that the whole universe is consciousness. It took me a long time to figure that out. I was in denial myself. I'm going to tell you, I was in denial myself. No, not being aware that everything around me is consciousness, and communicating. It's funny. The world does. This planet does communicate. That's one thing that you people won't realize and see. You don't even see the eyes of the clouds because they do communicate to you. This planet does communicate. You guys just too damn blind not seeing it. And the greedy gold diggers, they're the worst of them all because they're the most in denial in this world. The greedy gold diggers, because they don't believe that this planet is alive. They think it's just one big piece of rock, but they don't realize this planet has a soul, just like a human being has a soul, because this planet gave us this body. It's funny about these greedy gold diggers, how much they took advantage of these bodies that this planet gave us. It's funny how much they took advantage of this planet. That what kind of fucking, I always ask this one stupid question: do greedy gold diggers have souls? I have to ask that question. Do greedy gold diggers have any kind of soul at all? Because I don't think they do. I don't think they're. I think they don't. It's like, it's funny about the atheist part of me. I always question, do greedy gold diggers, it's like I have to question a greedy gold digger, especially these ones who believe in politics and religion, Do they have a soul? I guess they don't. The way they run this world, I guess they don't. They don't have no soul. They don't give a fuck about a human being. They don't give a fuck about life in this world. They don't give a fuck about nothing in this world. So you have to question, do they have a soul? You know what is? I mean, I have greedy. It's funny about greedy gold diggers. They can be religious. They believe in their politics and their money. It's like, well, did they? It's like they gave it up or something. It's like I realize that everything in life is a contract. Everything in fucking life is nothing but a fucking contract. When you sign that paper, like I say, when you make that signature, you just sold your soul to the corporations. You sold your soul to everything else in this world when you put that almighty signature down. And I got these denialists who believe, oh no, this is normal. These denialists, that's what I call them. Because they don't realize, they think they're the center of the universe. The one thing about the universe, it doesn't revolve around human beings. And I got these dumb fucks who think it revolves around them, but they don't realize they're fucked. They're fucked because they don't realize, they think they're the center of everything. They're not. They're gonna have a big, huge shock one day. I can't. It's funny. I'll be dead. I'll be dead before I even see that, but I'll be laughing at you. Once you get your big, huge fucking shock. Because I'll be laughing at you when I die, when I pass away, when my time's up. I'll be laughing at your ass. How dumb human beings are, not realize that everything around them is actually life itself, and we're all one with it. The oneness. One thing I do believe in the oneness. I do believe in the one consciousness because we all came from the same place. You got terrorists on this world that makes you believe that you go to heaven and hell. You got terrorists who kept you hostage in this world to make you believe that there's a heaven and hell. One thing they don't understand: heaven is the infinite space out there, and hell is Earth right here. We're living in hell. We are living in hell because I can see the stupidity of humanity. I can see the stupidity of humanity, liking and craving to live in their own hell. Because everywhere you go, somebody's always sucking your money away like a vampire. Yeah, I'm gonna call. Human beings are now going to be called vampires. Greedy gold diggers, greedy gold diggers are vampires on this planet. And they're manipulators, and that's all they do is manipulate to make you and they like to be dominant and forceful on you to believe in their ways because they always believe that they are right. It's funny. I can read right through the greedy gold diggers. Greedy gold diggers are so easy to read. It's like I don't need any kind of power to read them. It's pretty obvious because their words always give them away. They always give themselves away because of their words. Because you got to be careful what you say. You better be careful what you say to me because your words is the one that exposes you. That's one thing you don't get it. That's one thing you don't get about this world, that your word exposes you. You could say anything to me, but when your words come out, yeah. You guys, well, I know a lie when I see a lie, and you like to live in a lie. So you kind of play the game of the lie. So you have to make up all kinds of lies to stay in the lies. That's what's gonna keep you trapped in this world. Yeah, that's what's gonna keep you trapped in this world. Because I'm ready to escape this fucking world. Yeah, I want to escape this fucking world, this prison. I call it prison. I don't give a fuck what you guys fucking believe. To me, this is a prison planet. Why do you have people monitoring you? What kind of sick fuck are you to monitor human beings? What kind of sick fuck are you not to trust another human being? You have to be a sick fuck to believe in this fucking reality. You have to be a sick fuck to believe in this fucking reality because I'm doing my time. I'm doing my time in my prison, making my paycheck, and when I leave, hopefully I have a heart attack and leave, but it doesn't work that way. It fucking sucks. I have to play the stupid game till it ends, you know? I have to play the stupid game till it ends because I know how to get out of this fucking place. I do know how to get out of this fucking. I don't need a body. I'm gonna tell you this. I don't need a body to get out of this fucking place. You know, that's my backup plan just in case something else might happen in this world. Because this world always change. This world has never been this way. I'm gonna tell you, this world never been this way. Don't listen to the greedy gold diggers. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about because they've been hiding shit from us. They've been hiding all kinds of shit that right now we should be having free energy. We should have free fucking everything. That's one thing you don't understand when you become one. You don't need money. Money will be obsolete when you become one. You become something else. But for me, I'm going home. I'm going to tell you, I'm going home because that's my plan. That's my plans. My home is not here. I'm going to tell you, my home is not this planet. I know the feeling that I know this estranged feeling that I have with myself, understanding myself. I know this is not my home. My home is out there. Somehow I wandered in this reality. I'm kind of like a wanderer, that likes to learn, loves to learn. I love learning, but not like this, not like the way they treat you. This is not learning. This is like repeating. It's like when you try to memorize your homework. When you do your homework, you try to memorize the words that you have to repeat all the time. It's like they're giving you the answer, but they don't really show you. It's like it's not really learning in this world. You don't learn shit. It's not fascinating. I mean, the only part that you learn is suffering, but I don't believe suffering has to evolve you. One thing is strange about this fucking ascension thing that they push us in this world. They push us hard in this world, and their version of pushing us is see how fast we evolve. They want to know how fast we evolve because I kind of like figure it out how these fuckers playing with us. The more abuse we get, the more harder it is. One thing they don't understand that abuse makes you stronger. It's funny, the trolls that have been fucked with me are actually making me stronger. Because I've been abused in other lives. I'm going to tell you, I've been abused in other lives, whether you believe me or not. The more abused, the more I learn. I like learning. Like I said, I like to learn. Whether you like it or not. Whether you don't believe me or not. It's like I don't give a fuck if you do or do not believe me. Like you said, it's like I'm here to get get the fuck out of here. I'm here to get the fuck out of here. You guys can stay in this world. It's your choice. That's your choice. I'm not here to make choices for you. I'm here to express myself. And the only way for me to get out of this fucking world is I have to express myself and be honest with myself. To get off this world, get off this suffering, get off this pain that you guys spread amongst each other, and you call that positivity. It's like, yeah, I understand how this world is. I understand how this world works. Because I know we're an experiment. I really know, now I know that we're an experiment. I know we have 22 different genetic alien beings within these bodies. I know we're fucking parts. I mean, I know we're like farm animals to some of the beings out there. That's why these people can't handle it. And I know there's a lot of human trafficking going on. You know, I found out that they kidnap 1 million human beings a year. They kidnap 1 million beings, 1 million human beings a year in this world, and human beings don't even realize. You know, it's funny. Something about sleep. I always think about sleep. When you go to sleep, you know that's human beings' weakness. You know, human beings have a weakness of sleeping. That's all. It's so now I can see how that can relate to the disappearance of some humans. And some humans, they just take what they want. You know, they just come and take whatever human beings they want, which is really fascinating how it works on this world. You know, you can call me a liar. I don't give a fuck. You can call me a fucking liar. Doesn't matter to me. You know. At least I know about it. At least I understand about it because I've seen them. I've seen some of the ships, you know. And it's like, yeah, we're just like cattle around here. We're definitely like cattle. You know, we're so easily manipulated in this world. You know, we're so easily brainwashed. It's like we're not really intelligent. I'm going to tell you for a fact that we are not very intelligent compared to what's out there. I mean, what's out there? You talk about intelligent. You know, they kept us dumb on this world on purpose. You know, and I see the greedy gold diggers. It feels like the greedy gold diggers are helping them. You know, the greedy gold diggers, they're all helping them to keep us dumb. You know, they're the dumbest of them all. The greedy gold diggers, they're the dumbest compared to all the other people that are suffering around them because they're the most privileged. The gold diggers are the most privileged people on this world. You know, that's why they in favor of the greedy gold diggers because they're easier to control. You know, it's like you play this game of fear. You know, like I said, the game of fear. That's what this world is about. You know, it feeds off on your fear. It feeds off on your fear. You know, and it's funny about that. It's funny how they feed off on their fear. You know, when you have your wars, right? You have your wars. That's when they farm you. You know, like the ghettos. You know, all the negativities in the ghettos and in the slums area. That's how they feed off of you guys. They like feeding off your fear. It's all based, and money has a lot to do with it. I'm telling you, money has a lot to do with your fear in this world. Whether you agree or disagree doesn't matter to me. You know. It's like I kind of like I realize I see this world for what it is. I kind of like realize I see us one big huge farm. One big huge farm. It's like and then I realized that the ones on the ones are in the higher that are higher than us and still stuck in this third density world. They think we're animals because we do act like animals in this world because we're so territorial. That's what animals do. Don't you notice how animals, they like to be territorial? They like to defend their territory. Human beings are exactly the same way. Now I understand these beings that sees us, that has this territory around in our countries and the way we are, because they raised us like animals in this world. They raised us. They raised us to fight amongst each other. They raised us to. It's like you've been breaded. It's like we all been breaded to become these so-called animals. I mean, that's what we are. I mean, definitely the way we treat ourselves, we treat ourselves just like animals because we're always fighting amongst each other about our differences, And animals can be the same way, But you can abuse it. You can abuse human beings can be abused just like animals can be abused. If you look at the dog being abused, you can see the same thing with a human being, you know. It's funny that I'm comparing a dog to a human, because it's about the same. Only thing different about it is dogs can't talk. We have to take care of them. And here in this world, we have to fend for ourselves. So we have to, in a strange way, the dog is surviving, survival of the fittest. Human beings are doing the same thing with their money, the survival of the fittest, which is strange how you are as human beings that you guys like to play the survival of the fittest game. You can't even take care of your own selves. See, it's funny. I don't want my generation or my dad's generation. I don't want my generation, my dad's generation to affect you guys, the future. I was hoping the next generation will change. In a strange way, I don't want the next generation to think like my parents did. I don't want the next generation to have political minds. I don't want the next generation to have political minds. I don't want the next generation to have fucking, greed. But I figure the next generation is fucked. So I'm hoping I hope their sons is smarter than the generation that we have right now. I'm hoping, with your sons, the next generation, the second generation, according to me, from my generation, I look at it this way. I'm hoping the second generation is more smarter than the ones we got right now, because I can see how dumb they really are in this world. I can't say all of you are not smart. I know some of you. I've talked to some of you that are the next generation from me. I talked to some of you. There's one guy I do like, young guy. He's really good. I mean, he's. I think he's like that. He's going to be the next me. I'm hoping he'll speak out. When he becomes in his 30s or something, he comes and speak out on YouTube or something. Speak out. Hey, Crawdad. So yeah, I don't care about my generation. I don't care about my dad's generation. All I care about is the next generation and the generation after that. The jumps to change. My dad's generation needs to go. My dad's generation, like the 1900s, we need to get rid of this. We need to get rid of this. We need to get rid of politics itself. We have to get rid of politics. We have to get rid of fucking greed. We have to become balanced once again. Because when I go, that's it. I ain't coming back. But I know this. I know this. I'm aware that this is we're being recycled. I am aware that we are being recycled back. Whether you believe me or don't believe me, it doesn't matter to me. I'm aware that I am being recycled back, and I've been recycled back a lot. I'm going to tell you, I've been recycled back a lot. I don't care what you say. I don't give a fuck what you say. I just want to end it. I want to end the cycle. Come back when you feel like coming back. If you want to come back, come back. If you don't want to come back, don't come back. It's up to you. You have to make your choices. You have to be aware of your own selves within your own self. If you're not aware you're not aware about this inside you, who you are inside you, then you're stuck. You'll always be stuck and blind in the recycling chamber of life. The torture chamber of life. That's what I call it. It's funny. I have to, it's like it is a torture chamber in this place. You don't have to live in this torture chamber. I'm gonna let you guys know that you guys don't have to live in this torture chamber. You can always change it. You don't have to go according to my dad's generation or my generation. You don't have to go according to my generation and my dad's generation or the generation we have right now. You don't have to go according to them either. You can always find your own way. You don't have to live in this. You don't have to suffer in this world. You don't have to play by the rules. Because it's funny about me. I don't like to play by the rules. Yeah, I play by the rules. I'm sorry to say that, but I live in a world where I have no choice. But when I'm on here, there's no rules. There's no rules. I don't want to. It's like I don't want to kill. That's the one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to kill. All I want to do is not struggle. How hard is that? Not struggling. The question is, why do we struggle? Why do we create pain? Why is there pain? Why do we stress out? Why do we get anxiety attacks? Why do we get all this bullshit? Because you're all been manipulated to believe in that bullshit, Or you guys, according to some people that I talk to, you don't like to be bored in this world. So they figure out, okay, let's not, if we don't be bored, we'll just fight amongst each other. And then all of a sudden they want us to evolve. That's one thing I don't get. If they want to torture us and they want us to evolve at the same time, what the fuck? What do you want? It's like you either want us torture or you want us to get anxiety, stress, and all that shit, and all of a sudden you want, and then the evolution thing comes up, and then all of a sudden, we got to have love, we got to be positive. How in the fuck can you juggle both of those things at the same time? I have to question that. How could you juggle both of those things at the same time? If you're going to evolve, and if you guys believe in positive love, how come you don't make a world like that? That's one thing I have to question. How come you don't make a world, if you guys believe in positive love, how is your world not like that? How are you going to evolve according to that? Because that's a conflict. Because it's funny about this world, it creates a conflict between torturing and evolving with love and positivity. So you can't. It's funny. You can't. It's hard to balance those two. But there's a way you can balance it. The only way you can balance it is become neutral. So that's why I decided to become neutral, because it's hard for me to balance both good and bad and positive and whatever bull crap. It's like it's like we create, it's funny, we humans created evil. We created evil. We created good. It's funny, we are the ones who can control this reality. That's one thing you guys are not aware of, that we can control our reality. Because they manipulated us. They manipulated us because they know they can take advantage of us by controlling us to create this own reality. Because this reality is our creation. We've just been manipulated by the ones who are in control of us. You understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? And you guys are not even aware of that. Maybe some of you are. I mean, I think some of you guys are that watches me. But it's funny. I know the trolls. They're not aware that about their own control themselves. They think they're free. They're not. They just like to keep us trapped in this reality by, it's funny, manipulating of thoughts. You have to question, where do you get, say, I mean, it's like, you listen to media. That's the one thing you need to get away from is media, news, It's funny, video games is another manipulation too. Because they're always, they're always programming you in their manipulation. One thing you got to understand that video games, they're training you. You don't need to go out in the real world to go fight. They can do it right there in the video games, train you to become something else. So you don't need to go out in the real world. Yeah. Manipulation comes in many different forms. It's funny about people who watch TV. It's funny. I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of hero movies. I like Daredevil. I've been watching Daredevil. I've been watching The Hand. They call it The Hand. It's like you remember Batman with the hand. Is how they can control the world. They can destroy a city. Did you remember the Batman movie where they took over Gotham and they were blowing up all the bridges and all that shit? Well, I'm talking we have people like that in this world, but I think to be honest, there is a war going on. And I think they're dwindling down the cabals, all the cabals are dwindling down. And sooner or later we'll take control back, but we don't know. Once we have our own control back, what are you going to do? I have to question, once we get our control back, what would you like to change in this world once we have our control back? That's the question I have to ask you, especially the next generation, for me, or the generation from that. How would you like to live in your world? It's like your thoughts are your creation. You can create this world as long as you live one with life and oneness with everything else around you. As long as you're with balance in this world, then the world will be pretty relaxed, and evolving will be easier too, because you can expand your mind. There's one thing you gotta understand about free is that you can expand your mind. You can take your thoughts even further. You can create unimaginable technology. You can create unimaginable technology. You'll be surprised how far we can go. We don't have to be on this planet. I think once we leave this planet, it's going to be something else different. That's one thing I can't wait. In a strange way, I can't wait for that, but I have to wait. I have to be patient, But I'm just saying, you young generation, you don't have to live like this. You don't have to have the politics. You don't have to have the religion. You can have spirituality, but it doesn't have to be religion. Spirituality, you don't worship nothing. Spirituality without worshiping anything. That's what I believe in. I don't believe in worshiping, period. So I believe in spirituality. I believe that, I'm a spirit inside this avatar body. I call this body an avatar because it is. And people you don't have to agree with me or disagree with me. To me, it's just an avatar body. And it has emotions. This body has emotions. This body can cry. This body can feel hurt, pain, all that shit. But there are bodies out there that doesn't feel anything like this. There are bodies. I'm aware that there are bodies that have no emotions. You know, that's why they farm us, because we have the emotions, we have the feelings. We have all kinds of. It's funny how emotions can make us stronger. In a strange way. But when you're a spirit, you don't have emotions. When you're a spirit, you don't have anything. You can simulate it. I mean, that's what I noticed, that these ghosts, they always simulate it, but they really don't have the emotions. It's like they recorded themselves. In reality, it's like, yeah, you're just a little tiny. You're just like a little tiny. This is you. You're like this little tiny thing inside you. You know, a lot electricity. Don't you feel the electricity in your body? Don't you feel the electricity in your? I feel the electricity in my body. I can feel electricity all over. I can feel the electricity running down me, because that's what's running my body. I'm aware I'm aware about the electricity running down in my body. Most human beings don't. I don't think human beings are not even aware of that. They're so busy and just so distracted, not even notice their own bodies. I realize that everything in this body is a program, just like a computer. You know, it's like we can be programmed. It's like the brain. It's funny how it works. How we can be easily programmable. We can have the spirit. The spirit can just be in the back and not even aware that the body, all the body needs is just the electricity to run this body. But the spirit itself sometimes don't run the body. They just shove you in the back. Basically, you're just a backseat driver. I found that out. I found out we were a backseat driver. I mean, we were in the back seat, and somebody else in front of us was driving this body, just using us, the spirit part of us, just using us. That's what they do in this world. They use us. They abuse us. They do all kinds of shit to us. Like I said, we're an experiment. It's funny. I heard about the beings out there. They're kind of like they want us to go up a higher density or something. So they want to keep us down low and keep their experiment going. They don't want us to become like them. So I push myself. I push myself to become like them. Because I'm sick of them pushing me down. And then I realized that human beings are no different. They're pushing me down just like anything else in this world. They always push you down in this world because they don't want us to be like them. We can be more. These bodies, I'm aware that these bodies have lots of great potential. But it's like I'm sick of being pushed down in this world. Aren't you guys sick about being pushed down? It's like, yeah, because that's all we do. We always push each other down. And it's all done. It's all manipulated. We're always been it's funny. The manipulations is multiple levels. The way it works, like I said, the pyramid of manipulation. Because one doesn't know what the other one is doing. The way it works, that I found out, and the manipulation just falls down. We're like the lowest part of the manipulation of this world, since we're a slave, which you guys don't believe that we are slaves. Modern. I mean, this is modern slavery on one planet. that's so unbalanced, you know? Yeah, it's funny. I was for the whole week. I didn't know what to think. Wasn't no. I wasn't. I was trying to figure out what I want to say to you guys. You know, I'm sorry I'm too negative. You know, I apologize. I said negative, but I'm not really that negative. I'm really more positive because I like to have a positive world. You know, where you don't have to suffer, where you don't have to struggle. You know, but you got stupid political minded people will take put politics into anything and call it something else. I don't believe in labeling. We should. I gotta stop the labeling bull crap. That's another thing that we have to stop doing is labeling each other, labeling everything else. I have to agree. I have to stop labeling. Just be yourself. That's it. You know, if you're crazy, you're crazy. You know, if you're funny, you're funny. You know, it's like just be yourself. That's it. I'm just trying to be me. It's funny. It's funny. All my life, I lived a lie. You know, I've realized that I've been living a lie for a long time. You know, I hate, and I realize the lie just gets deeper and deeper and deeper, and then now, and the more deeper I go, the more crazier I look. You know, I notice how it is in this world. It's funny about judgment people who believe in judgment. You know, well, the people who believes in judgment, why don't you just look in a fucking mirror? You know, why don't you look in a fucking mirror one time? Look at yourself. See, it's funny about this video that I'm making right now. I watch myself. I'm gonna tell you guys, I do watch myself. It's funny. I even watch the trolls videos. It's funny. I watch the trolls videos. You know, but it's like I watch myself. It's like the reflection of my own self. It's like what it's fun. It's like you can catch yourself. That's why I do these videos because I catch myself and I find my fear within my own self because sometimes my own fear comes out. I can see it even with the trolls videos. I even watch them too. You know, which is pretty interesting. You know, it's pretty interesting when I watch the trolls videos. It's like I kind of like it's strange, you know? It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm looking at my own self. That's one thing you got to understand about you is I am you. That's one thing you got to understand. We are we are you. I am you. That's what I am. Trolls don't realize that I am them. They are me. If I get hurt, we all get hurt. You know, that's how it works. It's like when you live in oneness, you don't need money because we already know what we need. We already know what we need to take care of. We know who's hurt. We already know who's hurt. We know where you're traveling to. We know where you're going to. We know everything about you. You know everything about me. It's like there's nothing. It's like pure honesty. You know about pure honesty, where you can't hide your lies. You cannot hide your lies. Once we know your thoughts, you know, if you're hurting, we'll fix you. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's so interesting about oneness, you know. We're always going to be taken care of by ourselves as one. It's not communistic. It's more of a what you got. It's Jeez. Utopia. It's more of a utopian society. When you're one, it's a utopian society. That's why it's funny about when you see those ships out there. When you see those ships out there, they're all functioning as one. You know, they know you. They know your thoughts before they know you. One thing you got to understand about them, or us, or we. I'm going to say we. We know your thoughts before you know, even though you know your thoughts. That's what we do. You can shoot at us, but you're always going to miss because we already know where you're aiming at before you aim. That's one thing you got to understand about us functioning as one. Because we know your future. We know your past. Because we are your past and we are your future. We're all one conscience being. That's weird about that because it's starting to open. I'm starting to see a little opening in understanding what about oneness in this world. This world does talk. Like I said, this world does talk. Someday, I hope you guys will wake up and really see and hear the world, hear this planet talk, hear Gaia. Her name is Gaia. That's her name. That's her real name, Gaia. It's not Earth or Terran, because the reptilians call this planet Terran. Terra or Terran, whatever. You know? And she feels pain too. She has a lot of pain. Well, I figured this would be a short one. At least I did one video, you know. And I know the trolls. They're gonna make fun of this video. So that's the way it's gonna work. It's always like that in this world, you know, because they've done that. I mean, they've been doing this for millions of years. You know, trolling's been here for millions of years. So, yeah, have a good night, everybody. I'm glad I talk. And to the beings out there, you know, thank you for showing yourselves. Because, you know, I want to say thank you for showing yourselves. So, one in Philadelphia, the one beings from Philadelphia, the big, huge ship. Yeah, I want to say thank you for appearing in front of me, you know. And there was another ship too. There was another ship in front of my work that appeared in front of me. Yeah, I was aware of you too. Just let you know. And people here, you don't have to agree or disagree. You can call me crazy. I don't give a fuck what you call me. Have a nice fucking day. Out of here. Bye bye.